What's up?
How's it going?
Oh my goodness, how have you been?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. So I don't know if I know you remember what happened, but you were literally the last artist I had a chance to hang out with before quarantine and the entire world shut down. You know that, right?
Yeah. I heard.
We got boba. We were hanging out with some of your fans, and all of a sudden they were like, "Yeah, you can't go outside anymore. You have to
That was
stay
a
at
good
home."
time. That was
Right?
fun.
At least we got to do something fun in 2020.
Yeah.
So how have you been since then? I've seen you on TikTok every single day.
Oh God, it's terrible.
It's not a bad thing.
It's been good. It's been busy. Out of my room, which has been weird. Like just been working inside this one room and haven't left. So
Okay.
that's what it's been like.
I mean, but you've been putting out some really good music. Like all the songs that you put out since quarantine, even before that, have all been hella good. They've all sounded great. We've been playing You Broke Me First, and I mean, I'm happy for you. I'm excited. I mean, I don't know if you remember me hyping you up in the interview we did. I was like, yo, it's about to be a wrap. Like, you're super, super, super dope.
Thank you. I do remember.
Okay, for sure. So we got some of your fans in here today that want to up to you.
Okay.
If you guys want to drop your questions in the chat, I'll try to call on you each individually so you can say what's up to Tate and all that kind of good stuff.
You guys are so pretty, by the way. My God.
Have you picked up any new talents while doing the whole shelter in place thing?
Honestly, I tried to learn how to cook and it didn't work. So, like on TikTok, there's all those little hacks where you can like actually learn how to cook good. It doesn't work. So,
all right, let's give the first question to my homie Jasmine here. She has a question for you. She dropped it in the chat, and I'll mute myself. Jasmine?
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. So my question is, how do you deal with hate?
Oh God. Hate is not a great thing. I mean, it's weird because I feel like especially in quarantine, there's like not a lot you can do. So you're on your phone a lot, reading comments. And honestly, I think the best thing you can do is like seriously ignore it. You know, the people that are commenting on your posts or you know making assumptions about you know nothing about you in reality and don't like actually know you as a person. So it's weird to think that people are like commenting on you as a person when they haven't met you. So I think it's like just kind of realizing that you know none of it's real and social media could go away tomorrow and you'd still be the same person. So yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to see you at the meetup as well, but I ended up getting COVID, so.
Really?
Yeah.
No, gosh.
I know, I ended up in the hospital for like, I think 8 hours.
Really? Was it that bad?
Yeah, it was crazy. I had to leave school, and then I had to stay there for 8 hours.
How did you get it, from school?
I don't know how I got it, because I was homeschooled, and when I got back to school, I ended up getting it, so I don't know how I got it.
Gee, scary.
I know. Stay safe. I love you.
You too. I love you as well.
We're happy you're okay, but we're also happy you didn't show up to that meetup too, because then you know we all possibly could have gone. Alyssa, Alyssa, you're up next.
Hi. Okay. If you could collab with any artist, who would you want to collab with?
Either The Weeknd or Post Malone.
Oh, yeah.
Those two are really good, obviously.
Yeah, I think those would be good.
Yeah.
I had fun at the meetup when I went, and then Daisy and I actually went together, and then we helped you pick out a boba drink because you didn't know which one to get.
Yeah, no, I never know. I'm the most indecisive person in the entire world. I will never know what to order.
Yeah.
Like it is probably horrible to go to a restaurant with me because I'll take like an hour to pick out a meal.
Me too.
Thank you, Alyssa. Carmen.
My question was the same as Alyssa's, but I guess now it'll be like, if you could only write one more song for like the rest of your life, what would you call it?
What would I call it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know. Some of you may know that I have a YouTube channel, and I just am absolutely shit at naming my songs. I just can't title them. That would be hard. I mean, I think it depends on the song I released. Like, I think it would be maybe not. Actually, I don't know what it would be like. I have no idea. It's such a hard question. I thought I had an answer brewing, but it didn't come out.
All right, thank you, Carmen. Sorry, these Zoom calls sometimes get a little awkward when there was like some silence right there, but we'll try to get through it. Sochi, where you at?
Okay, so my question is, with the Rona, Miss Rona, you can't really go anywhere. So
Yeah.
what's your current dream vacation?
My dream vacation. I want to go to either Maldives or Bora Bora. That would be sick.
That sounds like fun.
I know. I've always wanted to go there and stay in one of those little cute villa places.
Like on the water?
Yeah. With like the literally pure blue water, and then just be by myself. Eat pineapple all day. That'd be a dream.
That sounds amazing.
Thank you, Sochi. Thank you, Sochi. Giovanna, you are up next.
Hi. Okay. So Tate, I've been following you since your So You Think You Can Dance days, and there was an episode where they asked the contestants to show their talents other than dance, and you sang. So I kind of wanted to know when did singing become something that you wanted to pursue? Like, is it when you started gaining traction after that episode?
I mean, that episode was terrifying for me because I hadn't like really sang in front of someone before. And also the song was awful. Like I rewatched the episode and it was terrible. Like the worst song I've ever written.
It was so good. It was so good.
It was like 12-year-old me trying to figure out how to write a song. But anyway, I think it was like right after that summer when I started my YouTube channel, I was like, I just started to like writing a lot more, and I wanted to kind of put myself in my singing because I had like done a huge summer of dance. And then I feel like once like I released One Day and that kind of blew up, I just like said I'm gonna write a song every single Friday, and so then just like ended up really loving writing after that. I think that's where it started.
Incredible. You're incredible. I voted for you every time. Just so you know, used all my votes for you every time.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Cheyenne, you're next.
Hi. So I know you've stated like in a previous interview that sometimes your songs are about like other people's experiences and stuff like that. So like how do you put yourself into their like shoes to be able to write like such song?
I have this weird thing where like I'm like a very like visionary person, or like my dreams are super vivid, like I can like really picture things. So like sometimes in songs I'll even like create a person, like I'll create a guy. Like I've never actually gotten my heart like brutally broken. Like I've had like those little thingies, where you're like your little thing with a guy, but it's like doesn't actually go anywhere. It's like that awkward talking stage, but like it doesn't really affect you. I've had like those. But, I think it's figuring out, like, little emotions I've had before and, like, putting it into, like, a story so it, like, makes it seem way more exaggerated than it is. Like, You Broke Me First was written about a friendship, two little things I had, and, like, another, feeling I'd felt before, and, like, one of my friends describing their relationships, and then I, like, made it into one guy. So, I think it's just like figuring out what real emotions are to make it actually seem like it's a real story. And I think that's what I do. I don't even know if that made any sense, but
No, it did.
All right, thank you, Cheyenne. Daisy.
Hi.
Hey.
So Alyssa just told you that her and we were at the meetup, and I just wanted to know if you found like any other boba flavors that you're a fan of, because I know that we told you to get taro, and you said that you liked it.
Oh yeah, I've had taro since then. Taro's really, really good. Um, I think I get like green teas or stuff, like sweet teas, and I'm just like, I like the little squishy things. So it doesn't really matter which tea. It's just the squishy things I like
The
eating.
tapioca, yeah, those are really good too.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to ask, how did you prepare for your MTV performance? Like the
Oh,
process for that?
I literally was just doing like choreography sessions on Zoom calls. Like I was at my cabin in Vermeer. It's like 3 hours away, and so in my bedroom, my choreographer would just like call me, and we just do sessions on Zoom of like learning the choreography.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. That's super dope. I need to get me a cabin. Juan, you're up next, bro.
Hi, Tate and Juan. It's nice to meet you virtually. So my question for you is, what is your advice to never let yourself go to like a bad place of mind, especially now with like Miss Rona, and like how is it like your advice to stay positive for yourself?
That's a hard thing because I feel like I've sometimes like during this quarantine like gotten there where you literally because I'm usually like a really like chill person. Like I don't get stressed out about things, and I feel like I never have before. But like over this whole quarantine, I've been getting like really anxious, and I think it's because I feel like the world is gonna end a little bit, and I'm like, what is happening? For me, it's like literally just making sure that I talk about it with my parents or like talk about it with someone, and like exactly how I'm feeling, literally just vent, or I write. Like I'll just spew out pages of notes of literally just like what's going on in my head, because otherwise I literally won't fall asleep at night and I'll start going into some bad places. And I feel like as much as you're just like releasing and making sure that you're talking about everything and not keeping it inside, that's like pretty much the only way that you won't get super in your head about things.
All right. Thank you. You're amazing. I love you.
I love your hair.
It was like I needed something to make me happy. So.
I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Juan. Kalina, I think that's how you say your name. If I said it wrong, my bad. But you are next.
Hi.
Hello.
So besides dancing and songwriting and singing, do you have any other hobbies that you like to do?
Stuff. I usually like outside because that like consumes majority of my life. I think I literally just hang out with my friends. That's like what I do outside of, not doing homework and dance and singing. Otherwise, I'm just doing that. I suck at everything I try. So, I mean, I literally just hang with my friends.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you too.
Thanks, Kalina. I appreciate it. Paris.
Hi. I had a question about like when you're writing. It seems like you have a lot of ideas and you write them all down, but do you ever get like stuck on a certain song, and like how do you deal with it? Do you like, I guess, push yourself to like finish the song, or do you have like a lot of like unfinished ideas?
I think usually when I used to do writing sessions, so you go somewhere like in LA and you meet up with a whole bunch of songwriters and producers and you're in a room, and these songwriting sessions can last to like 9 hours where you're just sitting there and you record it while you're in the writing session. So like usually at that point you force yourself to finish the song, but I've had so many Zoom calls where we've literally written nothing. Like, because you do like sessions online, and because you don't have to record it on the spot, I've just created some of the weirdest songs ever, because you can't hear the other person. You're like, it's really weird. Sometimes you aren't even singing the same song as the other person. So there's been a lot of situations where I haven't finished a song, but I think I've gotten a few out of quarantine. But yeah, I think it's definitely hard when you're not in person with someone, because it's hard to communicate and write at the same time.
Thank you.
Of course.
That's awesome. Thank you, Paris. Awesome question. Our last question is from Christine.
Hi. So my question is, if you could like sing or dance with anybody from past or present, who would be and why?
I could dance or sing with anyone. Honestly, I still think it would be Post Malone. Like, I think he's so sick. And I saw when I was like 13 or 14, I went to the AMAs. And I was just like sitting in the audience and Post performed. And he was literally insane. I know all of his songs. So probably him. He's literally my favorite. Yeah.
Awesome. I think I skipped somebody on accident. Angelica?
Hi.
Hi.
So branching off from Cheyenne's question about like you putting yourself in the songs, what inspired you to write All My Friends Are Fake?
That was that's terrible. I think honestly that song was like written at a time where I was like just in a weird situation with a lot of my friends, and I feel like throughout school especially you go through like different friend groups, different like ups and downs. You have a best friend, and then you don't have a best friend, and then you have a different best friend, and like there's a lot of different things, and I feel like that song was just like something that had been on my mind for a really long time. I'd gotten into like a situation with one of my closest friends ever. I mean, the title's a little exaggerated. Like, not all my friends are fake, obviously. It's a little much. But I think it was like a really honest song for me just at the time I was dealing with it at school, and I was having a hard time. And like at the place with like some of my closest friends. So that's kind of where it branched off from. But it definitely was a little exaggerated, I would say.
Okay, thank you for answering my question. I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you, Angelica. Yeah, I kind of missed a couple of questions, so I kind of played myself, but Leslie?
Good job.
Hey Tay, I just want to say I love you. And so my question is, out of every song you ever made, which one's your favorite out of all of them?
I actually just wrote a song last week that I really like. It's a cute song, and I feel like it's weird because like old songs, like you become like you're not. I like old songs, like even though some other people might be their favorites, like every single new song I write, it's like talking about a current situation in my life. So I feel like I like them more because I can actually relate to my life at the time. So I don't. That's a terrible answer because you guys don't know what song I'm talking about, but I wrote it last week.
Thank you, Leslie. And the last question, I think this is the perfect question to wrap it up with the questions, is from Lena.
Hi. I have a question. Like, if you were talking to a younger version of yourself right now, what would you say?
Probably just trust your gut on things. I know that like there's a lot of times where people are going to tell you every single thing that's right and wrong, especially like doing music. There's a lot of times where there's labels and managers and people are going to tell you every single opinion in the world. But it's, knowing like what your favorites are and like what kind of songs you love to write. I know that like there were a lot of people that didn't love You Broke Me First. And, I was like, I gotta release it. Like, this is one of my favorite songs. And then we released it, and it was like, people were surprised. And I think it was like all because I trusted my gut. Like, that song was almost not about to get released. So, I think it's just knowing what your instinct is always.
Okay, thank you for answering my question.
That's crazy that they didn't want to release, or whoever didn't want to release You Broke Me First. That's kind of nuts to think about that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there was another song that like the whole, like had a lot of people being like, this is going to be it. This is going to be your song. And, completely ignored You Broke Me First. And like some people, like big people that like influenced the release, like didn't even like listen to it because they were like, this isn't worth it. And so, and that's like, I really wanted to put it out because I knew that like a lot of my fans, especially from like YouTube, would like it, because it was like so real to me. So, I'm very happy I put it out, obviously.
But we appreciate your time today and, taking some time to hang out with us and everything. And we hope that, eventually this whole pandemic thing is over and you get to go on tour and you come back to the Bay and hang out with us, because you didn't even get a chance to look at San Francisco. You really didn't get a chance to go around, because that's something we're talking about. We're like, yo, go check out Pier 39, Golden Gate Bridge, you know what I mean? All the, touristy spots,
Yeah.